Alright, man. Welcome back. It's another episode of the Biblical Blueprint. It's your boy Reylo. We're back with another one, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, man. Biblical Blueprint. It's your boy Reylo. You know what I'm saying? You know what we doing. Chapter by chapter, verse by verse, going through the Bible, show you that this is the best book for life and business. You know what I'm saying? There's no better resource for life and business than this book. You know what I'm saying? This message today is titled, There's Nothing Too Hard for God. There's nothing too hard for God. You know what I'm saying? This is for people who doubt in silence. You know what I'm saying? Where God is calling you to intercede or to change things. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want us to be he wants us to be active. He don't want us to just be spectators. You know what I'm saying? And this is what this chapter is about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give you too much of it right now because you already know we gotta see what the word says. So this is Genesis chapter 18. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Genesis 18:1-33 ERV. Later, the Lord again appeared to Abraham near the oak trees of Mamre. It was the hottest part of the day, and Abraham was sitting at the door of his tent. He looked up and saw 3 men standing in front of him. When he saw the men, he ran to them and bowed before them.
Sirs, please stay a while with me, your servant. I will bring some water to wash your feet. You can rest under the trees. I will get some food for you, and you can eat as much as you want. Then you can continue your journey.
Do as you wish.
Abraham hurried to the tent. He said to Sarah, "Quickly, prepare enough flour for 3 loaves of bread." Then Abraham ran to his cattle. He took his best young calf and gave it to the servant there. He told the servant to quickly kill the calf and prepare it for food. Abraham brought the meat and some milk and cheese and set them down in front of the 3 men. Then he stood near the men, ready to serve them while they sat under the tree and ate.
Where is your wife Sarah?
She is there, in the tent.
I will come again in the spring. At that time your wife Sarah will have a son.
Sarah was listening in the tent and heard these things. Abraham and Sarah were very old. Sarah was past the right age for women to have children.
I am old and my husband is old. I am too old to have a baby.
Sarah laughed and said she was too old to have a baby. But is anything too hard for the Lord? I will come again in the spring, just as I said I would, and your wife Sarah will have a son.
I didn't laugh. She said this because she was afraid.
No, I know that is not true. You did laugh.
Then the men got up to leave. They looked toward Sodom and began walking in that direction. Abraham walked with them to send them on their way.
Should I tell Abraham what I am going to do now? Abraham will become a great and powerful nation, and all the nations on earth will be blessed because of him. I have made a special agreement with him. I did this so that he would command his children and his descendants to live the way the Lord wants them to. I did this so that they would live right and be fair. Then I, the Lord, can give him what I promised. I have heard many times that the people of Sodom and Gomorrah are very evil. I will go and see if they are as bad as I have heard. Then I will know for sure.
So the men turned and started walking towards Sodom while Abraham stood there before the Lord. Then Abraham approached him and asked,
Will you destroy the good people while you are destroying those who are evil? What if there are 50 good people in that city? Will you still destroy it? Surely you will save the city for the 50 good people living there. Surely you would not destroy the city. You would not destroy 50 good people to kill those who are evil. If that happened, those who are good would be the same as those who are evil. Both would be punished. As the judge of the whole world, surely you would do the right thing.
If I find 50 good people in the city of Sodom, I will save the whole city.
Compared to you, Lord, I am only dust and ashes. But let me bother you again and ask you this question. What if there are 5 less than 50? Will you destroy a whole city because of just 5 people?
If I find 45 good people there, I will not destroy the city.
And if you find only 40 good people there, will you destroy the city?
If I find 40 good people, I will not destroy the city.
Lord, please don't be angry with me, but let me ask you this. If only 30 good people are in the city, will you destroy it?
If I find 30 good people there, I will not destroy the city.
Lord, may I bother you again and ask, what if there are 20 good people?
If I find 20 good people, I will not destroy the city.
Lord, please don't be angry with me, but let me bother you this one last time. If you find 10 good people there, what will you do?
If I find 10 good people in the city, I will not destroy it.
The Lord finished speaking to Abraham and left. Then Abraham went back home. Genesis 18:1-33 ERV.
All right. So, chapter 18, we're seeing that Abraham is visited by 3 wise men, I'll say. But he knows there's something different about these wise men. He sees that these are messengers from God. You know what I'm saying? This is a divine visitation. And once he sees that it's divine, he gives his hospitality. You can kind of tell when somebody is divine. You know, you don't want to ever treat the divine person badly. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, they're coming to reconfirm God's word to Abram in his weakest points. Because remember, God said he's going to have kids. Abram is 100 plus years old. And he is coming to confirm that you're still going to have kids, you and Sarah. The men even asked, where is Sarah? You know, it was always, she's in the tent. And one of the things, you know, we kind of noticed is that Sarah laughed about the situation, about, you know, I'm going to have kids. And they like, no, we heard you laughing. Oh, no, I didn't laugh. Oh, yeah, we heard you laughing. You know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest things that I can see in this situation and in this chapter is that even though, you know, she laughed and kind of doubted, you know, God doesn't cancel his promises. You know what I'm saying? Grace kind of exceeds everything. You know what I'm saying? Supersedes everything. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? The grace supersedes it. It doesn't matter that you doubt it's going to happen. A promise from God is just a death. One of the things I can relate to this. You know, one of the big reasons why I believe that this was eventually going to happen, and I kind of had to switch up, and I've actually been really big on making these type of videos. It's because I remember I was very hospitable to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm always very hospitable to the poor. And this is just a belief that I have. You know what I'm saying? Please don't crucify me because it's not biblical or anything like that. But you can't say it's biblical. I believe in artificial people. What are artificial people, Raymond? I believe people that are sent by God, just created by God, just to give you a message. They don't have no family, no backstory, no nothing. They're just here for that purpose. Because I'm telling you, there's billions of people in the world, right? There's people that you experience that you'll never see again. That'll probably sell you the most divine things. And in my certain situation, what I'm talking about, I remember I was very hospitable to this homeless guy. And he looked at me, he was like, you're going to be a preacher or something. And, you know, I can just feel like it was like prophecy when he told me this. You know, of course, I don't want to be a preacher. But, you know, I am giving you messages. You feel me? And that's when the whole thing of something always left me to, like, guess, like, well, what is it? You know, and I kind of feel like I'm walking into that destiny, you know what I'm saying, that this man gave me. And it was all because I was hospitable to him. You know what I'm saying? I want to encourage you to be more nicer to people and give more to people. You know what I'm saying? Especially what we're about to go through right now, you know. We're going through a government shutdown. They're about to shut down the government. And, well, I'm sorry, the government's already shut down. And what they're going to take away, they're going to take away the SNAP benefits of people, right? SNAP is food stamps pretty much. And 42 million people is a lot of people that receive food stamps, EBT or SNAP, whatever you guys want to call it. That's a lot of people. In the month of November, Thanksgiving, we're going to have to just, you know, since our government is incompetent, and, you know, we're not going to get political on this show. Because at the end of the day, um, that's why we're reading the Bible, because at the end of the day, this is destined to happen. You know, and we need to be more hospitable to people. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I'm not going to tell you every person is going to be a messenger, but it just feels good to be more hospitable to people. If you haven't received that message from God, or you're ready to receive that message from God, or see God move in your life, and if you've never seen a move in your life, please go to Reylo.tv and check out the Miracle Blueprint. The Miracle Blueprint is my program where for 40 days, all you got to do is be obedient, and you will watch God move in your life and make changes. It is the blueprint to a miracle. Go to Reylo.tv and check out the Miracle Blueprint and watch God intercede in your life. So, we're talking about life, right? Let's get to the business of this situation, right? With this business tie-in, right? Your next breakthrough can come disguised as somebody that you serve. Let me say it again. Your next breakthrough can come through the next person that you serve. Working in a restaurant, I made sure that I give everybody quality service. Everybody's going to get the same service. Either if you're rude, even if you didn't tip, even if you're not somebody that I can get game from, you know what I'm saying, whether it's wisdom or potential, like earning potential, right? Be conscious of the people you serve, whether you're doing customer service or if you have a relationship with your boss. Always give them the best service, because you will never know that your breakthrough is going to come because, you served them a certain way. Man, even if your faith is kind of shaky, once you really move into alignment, God's agreements and covenants is going to be more powerful than anything. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that you will be stopped when you're in alignment and you're walking in a covenant with God. Just going back onto the servant thing, he wants us to be more of servants instead of spectators. He wants us to be active. He wants us to be the ones setting examples. He wants us to be the ones who's being written about, like Abram is. And then, like I said earlier, like one of the reasons I'm really loving the story of Abram, because even though he's a great man of God, he has doubts. You know what I'm saying? He just doubting it. Man, you tell me I'm 100 years old, I'm about to have a kid. That's something you're supposed to doubt. One of the things that we're also seeing is him reasoning with God. Him negotiating pretty much with God. You know what I'm saying? Everything is negotiable, especially when it comes to business. Everything is negotiable. And it's a difference between negotiating and begging. And this is what Abram did. He just really negotiated with God as far as the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's a ulterior motive in there, is because Lot lives there. Abram knows Lot lives there. And these messengers of the Lord should we tell them the strategy? Okay, should we tell them? And they tell them, like, we're going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. We heard about what's going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. We on our way there right now. And he's reasoning with them. Man, if you find 50 good people, will you not destroy a city? Okay, we won't destroy it if there's 50 good people. Abram probably have to think about it, because he knows about Sodom and Gomorrah. He's like, all right, well, if you find 25 people, and you got to think, like, man, the whole city, 25 people, you can't find a good 25 people. He kept negotiating where it got down to 10. Where it's like, if you find 10 good people, will you not destroy the city? And at least, like, man, at least Lot got at least 10 people where they won't get their city destroyed. I can kind of see that's all he's worried about. If it was a regular city, of course, he'll pray for him or something like that. But Lot is living in Sodom and Gomorrah. He would love for them not to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah and lose Lot. You know what I'm saying? But, the key thing is just like he wasn't begging. He was negotiating. He was reasoning with him. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between reasoning and begging. It's a difference between negotiating and begging. It's a maturity factor to it. You know what I'm saying? And he showed great maturity because, he could have just thought about himself. He's thinking about the others and thinking about the good people and saying that, if they're like, even if the whole city is bad, if there's 50 good people, would you destroy the whole city? And the next episode, we're really going to get into the whole exodus of the whole thing, where God kind of comes and moves the good people out of Sodom and Gomorrah, But, sticking with this, I am starting my executive community. Go to Reylo.tv, and if you like what you're seeing as far as my content, how I'm releasing my content, I got a website, I can show you how to do all these things. Go to Reylo.tv, sign up for my executive community, and let's get to work, man. I'm ready to help more believers in business. That's why I actually make and promote my services in these videos, because I want believers in business. I don't want just any regular people. I want people who are of God and want to live in true alignment, where we can actually build something that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? That will feed tons of people instead of having to lay them off. You know what I'm saying? Or build something to where we take care of people instead of, quickly taking away people's benefits. That's my goal, and I hope you help me achieve the goal. Go to Reylo.tv, check out my executive community, and let's get to work. Man, thank you so much. If you got all the way to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. I hope, this is going to be a blessing in your life. And, we'll be back with another video. I'm saying once again, it's your boy Reylo, Biblical Blueprint, and I'll see you in the next episode.